First play of McKinley. This is included with McDonald's included in this one as well. We'll watch McKinley first, right to the left side right here. Let's watch him. So this is a play where the ball is out really quickly. I did want to show how explosive he is because he's definitely shown some explosion. I think he can. I think he could be a little bit wonky with some of his movements. He's a little bit all over the place at times, but snap timing here, timing's okay, but it's really just the burst. The burst to get past that tackle, throw the rip. Now the ball is out, obviously, by the time he gets there. But in terms of leaning into it, reducing his frame, not giving the tackle as big of a space to operate his hands onto, rips through. And again, if the ball was not out, he at least gets a quarterback hit there, touch, whatever it may be. But just we do like the speed. McDonald quickly as well, with a good rush, by him, rushes up the field. As he rushes up the field, tackles sitting a little bit inside, a little bit more aggressively. McDonald decides to rush to the outside, goes for the leaping cross chop. His elbow gets, his arm gets hit right there by the tackle, so it doesn't land. The right hand still comes over to chop the arm down, rip through. You could see the shoulder of the offensive lineman, the left shoulder, kind of lift up right there because he rips through it, most likely. Hey, it might have been resetting it, but nonetheless, good burst by McKinley, good rush by McDonald as well. I don't think he expected the tackle to get out on him so quickly, so he hesitated a little bit, but good job. Again, first hand doesn't land. What are you going to do to offset that? Swipe with the right or chop with the right, and I think the left hand actually kind of comes under the elbow. I don't know if it's actually like fully ripped in, but it looks like it lifts up the elbow. Same effect. Still does the same thing. By McDonald right there. Good rush by both guys. Getting there quick. Again, ball is out. We're not going to go crazy about that, obviously. Ball's out in 2 seconds. Ball's out in 2 seconds. You can't really do much. McKinley right here, over top of the tight end. I'll call him a 6 tech. Let's watch. So another play where he's not necessarily making it, but it's another play that's important to me just because, hey, like, how does this guy set at edge? Obviously, we know he has some explosion. We know he has some pass rush repertoire. He had a few sacks, obviously, when he was with the Falcons. That was never necessary. Well, I'm not going to say that was never the question because I haven't been studying this guy since 2017. But the run game was the bigger question in his game. And again, if he offered anything to the Jets, it was going to be in the passing game. But you see a rep like this where he goes, initially he goes to rush, sees the tight end getting to the outside like that with the tackle working towards him. Okay, this is a run play, right? Tight end getting to the outside, but then you also have the tackle who's working directly towards him aggressively. McKinley does a good job shooting his hands, landing his hands first, landing his hands inside, getting good extension. Gets good extension, looking into the backfield, looking at the running back, dropping the hips. A lot of power off that left instep right here. Right here, a lot of power off of that right now. Lower than the offensive lineman. Low man typically wins. Pulls himself through. Gets held actually right there as well. You can see he's held, but it's a good edge set. Again, recognition, get outside, widen the base, land the hands, keep the hands tight, peek into the backfield. Notice the running back's on a little bit more of like a vertical track. Sink the hips, drop to that instep, pull yourself through, pull them by while pulling yourself through. Gets held right there. If the running back was cutting through this gap, he's there. Right? The process is good. I don't know if he technically gets in on the actual tackle, or like in terms of the stat sheet, but it's a play that's affected by him. If he doesn't set the edge like that, then guess what? The running back's probably cutting to the outside. So good job forcing the run back inside and then shedding. So I like that. I've noted Barnes here as well. This is pretty self-explanatory. Obviously he just shuffles to his left as the running back goes to his left as well, or to Barnes's left, and then fills the bubble. Comes off the ball. Big bubble right here. Good edge set. Where's this running back going? Barnes recognizes it, closes ground, fills, makes a tackle. Good job by him. Holmes in pursuit. Next play for McKinley. Stuff recognition. Okay. Right side of your screen. Oh, I remember this. Looks like there might have been an exchange here where McKinley has the option to either play the C gap or play the B gap, and he shoots the B, and then you can see Yagovin or whatever, I believe it's Yagovin, reacts more to like the C gap. So I'm assuming McKinley had a two-way go here, and if not, he just he was aggressively blitzed through that B gap. But based on the way this is played by Taylor, it makes it a little bit more interesting too. But I do think he might have had a two-way go there where he could shoot either gap. Getting snap timing, offensive lineman all move to his left. He starts to move to his left as well. Peeks into the backfield, sees obviously that the running back is going to McKinley's left, to the offense's right. Scrapes down the line of scrimmage, finds the running back, makes a tackle. Right, good recognition. Again, whether that be through offensive, again, whether it be down and distance, whether it be the offensive lineman more with the, with their butts up instead of their butts down. Butts up can be an indicator of run. Does he see that pre-snap? What exactly is it? Again, don't know. Is it a pre-snap decision where, hey, I see this more open B gap. I'm gonna shoot through that. Again, questions you'd have to get into the film room with him exactly to know. But again, the burst. Obviously, the push to that near shoulder to clear himself. Phil made the tackle. So we have a good edge step by him. We have a stuff with some good recognition, or just pre-snap. It obviously aided him if that was a call. But we have McKinley and Jalen Holmes wins. We have McKinley right here, rushing off the left side of your screen. So the burst, he actually comes a little bit vertical, but you could see like the secondary speed right there. Like right at first, those first 3-4 steps right there, he's not super explosive off the snap. I'm not gonna say he's elite burst off the edge, but his like secondary speed right there, you could see accelerates like right with what step is that? I don't know what step it is, but about here, I think he notices the tackle really sitting inside, and he really turns on the jets after let's call it the first step, second step, third step. The fourth step he turns on right there. He really turns that on. So I want you to watch after the third step specifically. 1, 2, 3, go. You see that secondary burst? It's pretty ridiculous how fast he gets there like that. But again, you see the speed that he has. Tackle's not going to be able to really get himself under the block. I'm going to be working past just an arm. Why? Because I, ran up the arc so quick that the tackle couldn't match me. Now he's not going to have his base under his block. Just rip through, sink, rip through, get to the quarterback for the hit. Again, balls out quickly. Can't really do so much about it. We have Holmes to the right side of your screen right here, who's been having a pretty, I would say a pretty good, preseason. And even last year when he came in, he was pretty effective. Now he comes off the ball. Similar thing that we've talked about before, rushing up the arc. When he rushes up the arc, he shortens his stride, stabs to the inside. That gets the tackle to sink back, shoot his hands, times the hands, swipe on the inside arm, chop on the outside, rip through, get to the quarterback. It's a really good. It's a really good job by Holmes. Now you can see he's not the most explosive, not the most athletic guy necessarily in the world. He's definitely strong though, that's for sure. And it's a good job of playing angles. If he's just going to rush straight up the arc right here, straight up the arc, then the tackle just goes with him. He's comfy and maybe doesn't have to shoot his hands. But once you kind of threaten his space a little bit, once you get into that contact window, tackles are obviously going to shoot. Time it. It's exactly what he does. Takes care of both arms. Again, left on right with the swipe, right on left with the chop. Beats him pretty cleanly. Gets to the quarterback. Ball is out. I don't know what the result of that was, but that's it for McKinley. My number one stud of the game, and this isn't. I would say like even we'll watch the plays together here. I'm not gonna say like the plays were so nice by him. Some of them were circumstantial. This one's a little bit circumstantial. Apparently.